Hey, what is going on, fellow lawyers, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Alright, so we gotta go find this punk again. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We'd better try to find our way there before she gets any more excited and unpredictable. Yeah, she might judo throw us again. Hurrah, I'll summon a carriage. So, we're to have a reunion already with the great detective himself. Have we? Yes. Sweet. Any chance we can have a look? This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred. Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. Inside the snowman, surely. I'm calling it now. I am absolutely calling it now. It's going to be something like, if you look behind the snowman, it's hollow. Oi, what are you foreigners doing here? Damn, that's a pretty intense policeman. Ah! Oh, we just investigating the scene, officer. Conspiring with that moustached fella from Japan, are you? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, have you? Get out of here before I give you an hiding. Go on. Damn. Okay, let's just go to Baker Street before we get in trouble. He shooed us away like rats. Yeah, we should give him a wide berth, I think. What a disappointing experience. Yeah, that would suck. I'm in holiday in England. Great, a racist copper told me to piss off. Nice. Right, what are we doing? Just move to, yeah, new location. Sholmes' Suite. Let's do this. Hey, little cutscene. Always got time for that. Man, this always reminds me of the Professor Layton games, or that Ghibli sort of vibe.
Thank you very much.
Hey, nice horses.
Just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks again.
Okay. Nice. Just freely carrying a sword around the streets of London.
The residence of Mr. Herlock shows.
Is that what we sound like? Nice. Wait, aren't we Japanese? Okay. Next. What's that knife doing in the mail on the wall? Such a weird way to collect your mail. Okay, 19th of February, 12:53, Sholmes' Suite. Interesting. I'm actually recording this on the 16th of February. Okay. So, this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Wonder if we're going to see a Watson. You never know. Is it as described in the stories? Oh man, she fangirling out. She looks so happy. Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. Yeah, and I'm sure many innocent people have gone to prison because of decisions made in this very room. Nice, there's a violin in the background. Will we see a pair of boxing gloves? I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. I love the Sherlock Holmes books. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you? Oh, I suppose I can, yeah. So, if you don't mind... What? I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Damn. Please, don't mind me. Ha! She's obsessed. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. What? We just freely walked into his house? Excuse me, anyone home? Oh, do we have a visitor? What? Wait, I recognise her. I'm trying to think where she popped up. Was it at the end of the last case, just after the Irishman got out of court? I seem to recall. Hello, is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello. Wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go make some tea at once. Damn, two girls' voices? Come on. I'm sure it's the same girl. Did you see the girl who was just here? Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask him to take on his case. The King of Bohemia? King Wilhelm Gottsreich Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget that for a moment and look over there. The tea's brewed and I have a freshly baked cake as well. Ah, it's you. I knew it. She recognises her too. Could it be? Did the memory work? Ah, there you are. Oh damn, completely wrong voice. 3 girls, come on! And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Wait, this is just a flashback. We can mash through this. I'm, well, the inventor. Hey, tiny flashback. We like those. It's the girl who turned up at the end of his trial in the defendant's antechamber. Oh, okay, grenade girl. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London. Oh, yeah, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that colour? Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavour. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow. I was wondering what the hell that said for a second. Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. Did he tell you about us by any chance? Oh, you know Hurley, do you? What? Who's that? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely. He was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas. Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think? Damn it. And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in his suite? Oh, silly me, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Here we go. Curtsy? What? Ah, she's got his goggles as well. Iris, okay. It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with him. Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name. What? What's the matter? No, wait. This can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? Oh, is that the Watson gimmick? Okay. What's the matter with her? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Yes, that's right. And what are your names? Oh, I'm a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm his judicial assistant. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely, Susie and Bruno. Got it. What? Everyone gets nicknames? Bruno. There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her, I don't know where to start. No, we have to ask her like 7 questions. That's girl voices for so long. What time are we on? Damn, only 10 minutes. We gotta power through. Yes, and so do I. Let's go. Oh, I knew it. How many? 3? No, that surely means 5. Let's try and reverse order it. See if we can gimmick out. About before. Yes. What's on your mind, Bruno? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean?
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that? Oh, that's what you mean. Please tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted, although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
Begin? No. It sounds like a promo and a half. Why did it auto-save? No!
Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
No! Anything but this!
First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
Oh yeah? But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that? Okay.
I observed a passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So, I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country.
Nice. She's quick.
And on top of that,
Oh god.
you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
Ah, okay. The Reaper of the Bailey. I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? Ah! They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. I didn't realise. And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates.
Oh, yo. Isn't she like 8? How does she know that?
So that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded a trial, the two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see. She seems so much better than Sholmes. What's going on?
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
The Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been him.
Now, Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves, so I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to.
Here we go.
You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
Yep.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing notes with a knife, you know. He is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening.
That'll do. That'll do indeed. Nice. At least it wasn't the gimmick. Yeah, if it was a Sholmes jam, that would have been like a 3-episoder right there. Damn.
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on.
That was amazing. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed to certain something of his delivery.
Oh, well, I was just copying his style for that. This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you? Please.
Hey, very nice. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. So yesterday he apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying?
Yes.
Oh man, getting a tense shoulder. That's not good. Gotta adjust the position. And maybe a tiny hydration. Ah, feels good. Okay.
He had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage, but the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking stooped man? Beyond any doubt.
He said that he didn't see anyone else on the street at all, but it seems that there were witnesses after all.
He used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking stooped man shivering in fear.
Eating cheese! Ugh, his great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did. He's a great detective.
Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly.
Yeehaw! We're going to be back in the courtroom sooner rather than later by the sounds of it.
He says that London is rife with crime.
Oh.
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it apparently. Oh dear, I hadn't realised the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
It sounds awful when you put it like that. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for him. Yep. Sad but true. Right, let's get a Wilson on the go.
Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I am a very great fan and... Oh, you have a copy of Ranst magazine. Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world.
My sandwich?
That's right. He's always solving such amazing cases, you see. And he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I were the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness! Last night he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship travelling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came.
Oh, yo, is she going to get an early release? She met the author? She's probably going to faint.
So you are the author? Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure The Speckled Band.
Oh, yo! So, that was like case 2, wasn't it? Ah, yeah, but he would only write stories about the cases he's in. Ah. I was thinking, are all these episodes named after chapters of the book? But, yeah, that was chapter 2, so potentially not. That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change 1 or 2 details in the stories here and there. This time I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Yeah, that's better than a cat. And some teenage ballerina being the murderers. Spoiler alert, you better catch up. Oh, that was his first thought as well, actually.
Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. Don't you? So, do you mean to say, are the stories about him that are published in Rance magazine all written by me? Yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Oh yeah, she's getting more and more worked up. I lied, hee hee.
Ah yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
No, at 10 years old.
At 10 years old.
Well, that's quite incredible. She made the world's first whoopee cushion. Oh yeah.
But...
Damn, she's about to cry.
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Oh.
Interesting spin on the classic story. I like it.
Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow. I suppose it does, yes.
Damn. Her dreams were crushed. Oh man, she looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. Damn, we have to Iris. Alright, let's hear what this stone unturns. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it, at the Old Bailey?
Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time we did have a rather large gun
Pointed at us. Damn, wrong voice. Bazooka, like this.
Ah, thinking back now, you left with her in tow, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that awkward witness.
Oh, Ginny? Yes, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions.
No, then you'll be a murderer. This girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologise to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician? Wouldn't she just nick everything from Sholmes' house?
Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley?
Yep.
We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I?
Yeah, good shout.
Well then, what is your relationship with him?
Okay.
Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive.
Damn, that was the truth even back then. It's only gotten worse, baby.
So the solution is to share the cost of a partner, a roommate.
Your roommate? Why, she moved out at 10 years old.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year.
Well, what of your mother and father? Damn, if they're dead, that's a hardcore one to just casually bring up. Yeah.
Oh no, they're not around.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. Don't bring it up as an option, just continue. Don't bring it up as an option, just continue. Oh, it looks good. Thank you for answering so many of our questions. This has been very informative.
Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun.
Do you happen to know where he is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Well, I expect he's still investigating the scene. Of the case...
Of the case involving him, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Nuts. Ume?
Nuts? What? Ah, Natsume, I get ya.
He said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there?
Yes, we know him.
Ah, goody. In that case, give Gregsy this from me, would you?
Here you are, Gregsy.
If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this? It's a bribe. A
5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
Okay. Damn, we should probably start examining some of this stuff.
It reads, tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. Gosh, this'll make the inspector help us, will it?
Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Interesting. I don't usually like saying people's names more than a couple of times once the characters are established, but Iris is such a short name that it has fallen in a few more times than usual.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, and I'll be making more special blends of teas, so come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, it's back to the scene of the crime.
Racist coppers, we're coming back for ya! So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all, we headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Damn, that actually sounds like a decent place to leave. Yo, to be continued. We finally got the timing right for once. Right, let's see what's going on next time. No, we just save and leave that there. Boom, righty guys, so when we load it up, we're going straight into part 2, it looks like, of episode 4. So yeah, we'll see what happens next time. So, only thing that remains to say is, if you like the looks of any of the suggested videos flooding your screen at this very moment, check some of them out, and more importantly, let me know what you thought. Because you know I need that feedback. If you've missed any of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles so far, then catch up, because you may clock a few things that I didn't. And we're going to need to examine everything moving forwards to try and fly through to episode 5. Or case 5, I suppose we'll call it, to save any confusion. And then, of course, guys, the main thing, as always, I hope you're well, thanks for watching, and see you again next time.